Hello everyone, I am Binita Gupta, a teacher trainee of Siliguri Tarai B.Ed College and Siliguri Primary Teachers Training College. So today I am going to teach you a chapter from Political Science which comes under West Bengal Board of Class 12. Dear students, in our previous class we study about part 4th of the Indian Constitution, that is Directive Principles of the State Policy and its features, isn't it? So today we are going to discuss about the classifications of directive principles of the state policy. The directive principles of the state policy are classified into three groups, that is socialist principle, uh, Gandhian principles and liberal principles. Okay, first we have socialist principle. Socialist principles is nothing but it deals with society. Okay, here it said the state should be a welfare state. Okay, uh, here welfare state means to protect and to promote the well-being of the citizen. Okay, the articles comes under socialist principle is 38 to 47, that is 38, 39, 39A, 41, 42, 43, 43A and 47. Next we have the Gandhian principles. Gandhian principles is nothing but here we can recognize the Gandhiji views, Gandhiji thoughts. Okay, Gandhiji wants to make a village panchayat. He also wants to organize agriculture and animals husbandry. Okay, these all are mentioned in Gandhian principles, and the articles comes under Gandhian principle is article 40 to 48, that is 40, 43, 43A, 46, 47 and 48. Okay, last we have liberal principle. Liberal principle is nothing but it talks about liberalism. Okay, he talks about uniform civil code for all the citizen. Okay, and it also talks about we have to respect our international peace. Okay, this all are comes in liberal principle. The articles which comes under liberal principle is article 44 to article 51. Okay, that is article 44, 45, 48, 48A, 49, 50 and 51. Okay, so dear students, we already know that in our directive principles of the state policy we have article from 36 to 51, isn't it? So let us discuss in details, that is article 36 to 51. Okay, first starting with article 36. Article 36 state that gives the definitions of the state. Okay, which is already mentioned in article 12, that is part 3 of the Indian Constitution, that is fundamental rights. Okay, next we have article 37. Article 37 state that it talks about directive principles of the state policy. Okay, here it said DPSP is not justiciable, it is not enforceable by any courts of law. Okay, next we have article 38. Article 38 said that state to secure a social order for the promotions of the welfare of the people. Okay, here we can say that the state wants to be a welfare state. Okay, next we have article 39. Article 39 said certain principles of policy to be followed by the state. In article 39 the state has to be follow certain policy. Okay, that is equal pay for equal work, that is both male and female, right to work. Okay, next we have adequate means of livelihood. Okay, next we have protections of health and strength of the workers, that is both male and female. Okay, these all are mentioned in article 39, while state has to be kept in the mind while framing any laws and policies. Okay, next we have article 39A. Article 39A state that equal justice and free legal aids. Okay, article 39A state that each and every persons have equal justice, each and every person has get equal justice. Okay, irrespective of class, race, place of birth, religious, gender, etc. And legal aids, Here legal aids means here I give you an example. Okay, if a poor person wants a legal service, okay, for that the state has to be kept in the mind and form a free legal aids for the poor people. Okay, next we have article 40, that is organizations of village panchayat. Here village panchayat means it is also known as gram panchayat. Okay, its main purpose is to make a its main aim is to improve the conditions of the village and the citizens. Okay, citizen, that is people. Okay, and village village panchayat, here pancha means 5, that is the members of the village panchayat is 5. Okay, that is 4 men and 1 woman. Okay, next we have article 41. Article 41 state that right to work, to educations and to public access in certain cases. Here what it means, it means that each and every person has right to work, isn't it? Right to educations also. Okay, and right to public assistance in certain cases. Okay, here the state must provided some assistance, that is example physical disabled people, a person who is sick, a person who is unemployed, and the woman who is pregnant. Okay, during these cases there must be a certain public assistance. Okay, next we have article 43. Article 43 said that living wages next we have article 42. Article 42 state that provision for just and human conditions of the work and maternity relief. Here what it means, here it means we all are human being, we all are human, we all are living creature, isn't it? We have to take some relief. Okay, here maternity relief means a pregnant woman. Okay, it they also right, they also have some relief. Okay, during their pregnancy period. Okay, next we have article 43. Article 43 state that living wages etc for workers. Article 43 state that each and every person has get high wages for their livelihood. Okay, next we have article 43A. 43A state that participations of worker in management of industry. Each and every persons have right to work in the industry. Okay, next we have article 44, uniform civil code for the citizen. In India we find varieties of religions, isn't it? One religion said that we can marry 1 or 2 women. Okay, a man can marry 1 or 2 women. Okay, one said we have divorce also. Okay, if we have only one or single law to replace these all rules, we have better for tomorrow. Okay, next we have article 45. Article 45 state that provision for free and compulsory education to all the children until they complete the age of 14 years. The child at the age of 14 years has free and compulsory education. Okay, next we have article 46, promotions of educations and economic interests of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes and other weaker section. Here scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other weaker section, these all are deprived class, isn't it? So they must be given some special provision for their development. Okay, next we have article 47, duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living and to improve public health. The state has a duty to to raise the level of nutrition, okay, and also their standard of living. And last, the state has the duty to raise the level of the public health also, okay. Next we have Article 48, organizations of agriculture and animals husbandry. In India we have 50% of the population depends on agriculture, isn't it? So here animal husbandry means rearing of animals for the purpose of milk, meat, etc. Okay. So next we have Article 48A, protections and improvement of environment and safeguards of forest and wildlife. Here what it means, we have to protect our environment, okay, and also safeguards the forest and even the wildlife, okay. Next we have Article 49, protections of monuments and places and objectives of national importance. Here it means we have to protect our monuments also. Example, Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Bodh Gaya temple in Kerala. We have these all are the monuments, okay. We have to protect this all monuments also, okay. Next we have Article 50, that is separation of judiciary from executive, okay. We have to separate judiciary from executive, okay. Now the last article is Article 51, that is to promote international peace and security, okay. We all are human being and we all are living creature, isn't it? So we need international peace and security, okay. Okay, dear students, I hope you understand all the articles, that is Article 36 to 51, isn't it? So today's homework is write down the classifications of directive principles of the state policy, okay. So if you have any confusion, then let me know, okay.